Nowadays, everyone wants to make 10k a month online, but most people never do. And it's not because they're not smart enough, it's not because they're not working hard enough, it's because when they reach the hardest part, no one has prepared them for it. So in today's video, I'll show you what that part is and what to do to push through it. My name is James Eardley, I'm a 7-figure entrepreneur. I've coached hundreds of new entrepreneurs and I've seen exactly what separates the people who make it from those who quit. So let's go into that today. Now, the first thing to understand is the journey. I want to get this across to you clearly so you know what to expect on your journey to making 10k a month online. The first thing that's guaranteed is that it will get harder before it gets easier. Because everyone is excited in the beginning, you're all fired up, you've got your goal, 10k a month is your goal, you've bought the course, you've watched the videos, you've got your mindset in the right place. But here's what no one tells you. The hardest part is right after that. Because you've started working, you've gone through some actions, you've been working for like weeks or maybe even months, but you're still in your 9-to-5 job, working alongside it. You're working evenings, you're working weekends, you're putting in the effort, but to start with, you're not getting enough back from the work that you've been putting in. You feel entitled to big success, the big goals that you have, but it hasn't happened yet, and you're not seeing the fruits of the labor that you've put in so far. And this is the valley where most people quit, because it feels like you're giving everything you possibly can, but you're not seeing the results that you expect for the amount of effort you put in. But if you keep going through this phase, I guarantee you will eventually break through, but only if you know it's coming and you keep on showing up anyway. So making 10k a month online, it's not going to be hard forever. This is going to be a big dip that you go through when you first start, and you can expect that. As soon as you expect it, you change the perspective you have when it comes, and therefore you can outlast it. So the biggest issue that you can go into making 10k a month online is thinking that you're going to just follow a trajectory like that all the way up. So from starting, knowing nothing, learning, making more money, learning, making more money, learning, making more money, learning, making more money, and you think that that's going to be the graph that you're going to follow. Now, it's not that simple. What the graph actually looks like is you start at this point and you start off by going down because you're working harder, probably making less money, or you're not making as much money as you thought you were going to, and you have to push through that before it gets better. And it gets probably better than you ever expected down the line, but you have to push through the valley initially. And so if you don't expect that valley of despair to be there, and you don't expect the difficulties to happen, when you're in it, you'll think that something wrong is happening, that you're not meant to have this sort of difficulty, and you'll be looking for excuses, or you'll be thinking that it doesn't work, and you'll be looking to do something else to quit at that point. Whereas I think the biggest unlock is knowing that there's going to be a period of time where the results aren't as big as you thought they were going to be at the stage you're at, with the work that you've put in. But that's when you've got the expectation, you know that's meant to happen, or that's all part of the journey. You'll keep going regardless, and you don't give up. You keep taking the right actions, you keep innovating, you keep improving, you keep building your offer to be more valuable to the market that you're selling into, and that's when you push through. So how to do that is easy said, it's easy to do that, but when you're actually going through it, it's very difficult, and it can feel easy to move on and start to blame yourself. So what I want to get across to you now in this section is that you need to have patience and you need to have self-compassion. When I first started, I had all these goals, and I'll set my goal like I'll make 10k a month within the first 3 months of running my business. But 3 months later, I hadn't got to 10k a month. And so I felt like a failure because I had not reached the goals that I'd set. But that 3 months was far from failure. That was learning. That was me taking action. That was me doing more than I'd ever done towards making 10k a month online. But because I didn't reach the big goal that I'd set for myself, that 3 months felt like a failure. And I could have easily thrown in the towel and just decided that I'd wasted the last 3 months because I hadn't met my goal. But I had to realise, and luckily I had a great community, I had a great environment around me that taught me this. But I had to realise that those 3 months were not wasted. They were actually the best 3 months I'd had, and I could have possibly wished for when I started, because I've taken loads of action. I've got a business in place. I've put all the foundations in place. And yes, I wasn't at 10k a month after 3 months. But what I was at a point when I had a foundations of a business that would get to that stage. So, and I needed to realise. But the real crucial part of this is if you don't realise it's learning, if you just see it as a failure, so many people give up at that stage because they don't get to where they thought they were going to get to. And it's a real shame because you've put in 3 months more work than anyone else has done. You've put in 3 months of work that you hadn't done beforehand, and you're 3 months closer to getting to your goals. So you just need to realise that it's probably going to take longer than you think, but you need to be patient. Give yourself grace, give yourself some self-compassion, don't blame yourself, and then just keep moving things forward, keep taking the actions you've got. So a key point I want you to take away from this video is that you won't hit your goals on your timeline. It's very unlikely that you'll put a timeline in place that you'll meet, unless you go into things with really long time frames, which I'm trying to do now with all the goals that I set for myself. But realistically, the actual goal should be around being consistent and consistently taking action towards your dreams, instead of the goal being the final outcome, because you have complete control over consistency, whereas what you don't have complete control over is necessarily how quickly things move for you. So best just to create your goals around being consistent and pushing through this valley of despair, and not setting your goals completely around metrics that you don't have complete control over. So now, to illustrate this point about how important it is to show self-compassion and get into a place that I know that can help you, I'm going to show you inside my free community now. Here we are now inside my free community that I'm building, that's a complete free resource for you to get access to. But I'm showing this because I know that community literally makes or breaks your success. And when you go through the hardest parts, if you've got somebody to reach out to support you, if you've got people to talk to about the challenges that you're having, and questions to ask, and to help people and to get motivation from each other, it's going to make all the difference as to whether you carry on and get through to success. So this is a completely free community that I've created for you to get around people. And maybe it's difficult for you in your current situation to have entrepreneurs around you or people that inspire you constantly around you. Well, if you get inside this, you can substitute that current environment for people that are pushing for the best. And not only do you get access to your community, but you also get access to this classroom with loads of resources that I've created for you to improve your personal development, improve your focus, improve your consistency, and push through whatever goals that you've got. This is here to help you with both the community, the accountability, and the resources to help you push through towards your goals. So, hope to see you inside. So, to summarize this video, if you want to make 10k a month online, remember this: there will be a hard patch that you'll go through, and it's normally quite early on, but you need to push through that regardless. Step 2 is that you won't hit your goals perfectly. You need to be kind to yourself, but keep going regardless. And the third point is that your environment is everything. So get around people, get around an environment that makes success feel normal for you, because most people quit during the hardest part, but you don't have to be one of those. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you did. I hope to see you inside my free community, where you can access the resources, access the community, and chat with me about the goals that you've got, and I can help you through those difficult times that are inevitable as part of entrepreneurship. So with that said, I'll catch you in the next video.